8:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news. Edited by Lal Mallavarachi and read by Indrani Senanayaka. The headlines. The President will visit New Delhi tomorrow to participate in Prime Minister Modi's swearing-in ceremony. The Karapitiya Teaching Hospital will be made Sri Lanka's third national hospital. The Anuradhapura Municipal Council declared the sacred area as a rabies-free zone. Saudi offers free Hajj pilgrimage for Sri Lankan Muslim Triforces personnel. The International Monetary Fund has expressed confidence about Sri Lanka's debt restructuring program. In foreign news, UN adds Israel to list of militaries committing violations against children. In sports news, West Indies, Sri Lanka women's cricket matches to be played from the 15th of June. President Ranil Wickremesinghe is expected to reach New Delhi tomorrow to participate in Prime Minister Modi's swearing-in ceremony. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi will begin his third term tomorrow in New Delhi. President Wickremesinghe is expected to participate in several bilateral meetings as well during his visit, according to officials from the President's office. Health Minister Dr. Ramesh Patirina says that Cabinet approval has been granted to make the Karapitiya Teaching Hospital the third national hospital in the country. It will be renamed as the Galle National Hospital in future. Accordingly, in addition to the Colombo and Kandy National Hospitals, the Karapitiya Teaching Hospital will also be grouped as a national hospital. The minister stated this at a ceremony held in the Ratgama Sri Sumana Vidyalaya in Galle today to start a health mobile service organized by the Ministry of Health. This health mobile service will identify the people who need medical attention and direct them to the relevant state health clinics in the Galle district. The Health Ministry expects to conduct such clinics island-wide to identify individuals who need special health care, he said. The Anuradhapura Municipal Commissioner declared the Anuradhapura sacred area as a rabies-free zone, assuring devotees that there is no need for concern. The Association of Veterinarians for Humane Management of Animal Population said. Municipal Commissioner Ruwan Vijayasinghe said there is no danger of rabies within the Anuradhapura Municipal Council area due to the highly organized anti-rabies program over the last 4 years. He said that rabies vaccinations had been administered to stray dogs during World Rabies Day every year for 4 consecutive years, and more than 90% of the stray dogs have been operated on. He further requests the people in the area to bring their animals to the clinics organized by the Municipal Council and get the rabies vaccination administered. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
A comprehensive banking services package with a branded checkbook as well as debit and credit card exclusively for you.
We continue with local news. The Saudi Arabian government has offered Muslim members of the Sri Lankan Triforces a sponsored opportunity to perform the annual Hajj pilgrimage this year for the first time in history, according to the Defence Ministry. This comes after a request made by State Minister of Defence Pramita Bandara Tennakon from the Ambassador of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Khalid Mahmoud Al-Qatani. In response to the State Minister's request, the Saudi Ambassador has made necessary arrangements to obtain 5 special quotas from the Saudi government, the State Minister said. For the first time, 5 special sponsored quotas were made available for the Muslim Triforces personnel this year, it said. As the crescent moon for the month of Hajj has been sighted, Muslims in Sri Lanka will celebrate the Hajj festival on the 17th of June, the Colombo Grand Mosque announced. Public Security Minister Tiran Alas has directed IGP Deshabanda Tennakon to task the Criminal Investigation Department to investigate the alleged threats in the wake of claims made by Samagi Jana Baravege MP Dr. Harsha De Silva. During the parliamentary session yesterday, Dr. De Silva revealed that he has been receiving threats to his life. And that ends the local segment of news.
Elevate your life with People's Bank Excelsior. A comprehensive banking services package with a branded checkbook as well as debit and credit card exclusively for you.
The main news story is brought to you by Sinhala Mahatmya.
The International Monetary Fund has expressed confidence that Sri Lanka will reach agreements with external commercial creditors consistent with program parameters. Speaking at the IMF press conference, IMF Communication Department Director Julie Kozak said that there has been sufficiently strong progress on the debt restructuring front. Program performance is strong, with most quantitative and structural conditionality for the second review met or implemented, with delay, and reforms are still ongoing in some areas, she said. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Sinhala Mahatmya.
We now take a look at Watchlight. Medical clinics have been organized to address the healthcare needs of individuals in disaster-affected areas with the support of foreign medical teams conducting clinic camps. Additionally, several medical clinics are being facilitated through divisional secretariats. The involvement of Army medical teams is also poised to contribute to the improvement of the health conditions of those affected. The affected people are requested to take part in these medical camps, and that came to you in Watchlight. Coming up, World News. First, the headlines. UN adds Israel to list of militaries committing violations against children. Danish PM suffered whiplash in street attack. NASA Earthrise astronaut dies at 90 in plane crash. The UN has added the Israeli military to a list of offenders failing to protect children last year, Israel's ambassador to the UN says. Gilad Eden, who said he had been notified of the decision on Friday, described the decision as shameful. Foreign Minister Israel Katz said it would have consequences for Israel's relations with the UN. A spokesman for the Palestinian president told the Reuters news agency the decision was a step closer to holding Israel accountable for what he called its crimes. Thousands of children have been killed in Israel's campaign against Hamas in Gaza, and thousands more are in desperate need of humanitarian assistance. Denmark PM Mette Frederiksen is said to have been left shocked and suffering whiplash after being struck by a man while walking in the center of Copenhagen. The assault took place in a square in the city's old town when a man walked up to the politician and hit her. The attacker was swiftly arrested, but there is no word yet on a motive. European Commission Chief Ursula von der Leyen called it a despicable act which goes against everything we believe in and fight for in Europe. Apollo 8 astronaut Bill Anders, who snapped one of the most famous photographs taken in outer space, has died in a plane crash at the age of 90. Officials say a small aircraft he was flying crashed into the Sea of Washington state. Anders' son Greg confirmed that his father's body was recovered last evening. Anders, who was a lunar module pilot of the Apollo 8 mission, took the iconic Earthrise photograph, one of the most memorable and inspirational images of Earth from space. To end this bulletin of world news, the headlines again. UN adds Israel to list of militaries committing violations against children. Danish PM suffers whiplash in street attack. NASA Earthrise astronaut dies at 90 in plane crash. That ends this bulletin of world news.
Development news.
Plans are being formulated to establish a new city for residents living along the Kalani River bank. The city is envisioned to offer comprehensive facilities including hospitals, schools and residential complexes. Given the presence of government institutions such as the IDH Hospital and Sri Lanka Transport Board depot in the area, discussions will be initiated with local residents to garner input and facilitate the implementation of future initiatives. The aim is to develop a comprehensive plan that receives consensus from all stakeholders and to realize the success of the program within the next decade. That was development news.
Moving on with sports news.
The West Indies national women's cricket team started their training at the NCC Indoor Stadium yesterday to focus on 3 ODIs and 3 T20s against the Sri Lanka women's team. Earlier, 3 ODIs were scheduled to be played at Galle, but yesterday Sri Lanka Cricket announced that the ODI matches will be played in Hambantota on the same dates, June the 15th, 18th and 21st, while the T20s will be played on the 24th, 26th and 28th of this month at the same venue. And that was sports news.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න as වහගෙන දැකපු වීන හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all new NSB Ithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Brown's Hotels and Resorts have invested nearly 500 million rupees to open the Ayogiri Wellness Resort at Sigiriya. This is the hotel chain's 14th hotel to be opened, and with this hotel's 22 rooms, the group also now has over 1,000 rooms in their portfolio in Sri Lanka. CEO Brown's Hotel Eksat Wijayaratne said that this is an Ayurveda hotel with yoga facilities, and that came to you in Business News.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak thiyana youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න as වහගෙන දැකපු වීන හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all new NSB Ithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
A look at economic news. The inflow of workers' remittances to Sri Lanka has exhibited an improvement in recent months, with the country recording an inflow of $544.4 million for May 2024. According to the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, the cumulative figure for the period from January to May 2024 is $2,624.4 million. This is an increase of 11.8% compared to the same period last year. And finally, we take a look at the weather report.
Weather report.
The prevailing rainy condition in the southwestern part of the island is expected to enhance to some extent in the next few days from today. Showers will occur at times in the western, Sabaragama, northwestern and southern provinces and in the Kandy and Nuwara districts. Fairly heavy showers above 50 millimeters are likely at some places in the western and Sabaragama provinces and in the Nuwara, Galle and Matara districts. Several spells of showers will occur in the northern and north-central provinces and in the Matale district. Showers or thundershowers may occur at a few places in the Uva province and in the Ampara and Batticaloa districts in the evening or at night. Strong winds of about 40 to 50 kilometers per hour can be expected at times over the northern, north-central, northwestern provinces and in the Trincomalee and Batticaloa districts. To end tonight's news broadcast, we take a look at the headlines again. The President will visit New Delhi tomorrow to participate in Prime Minister Modi's swearing-in ceremony. The Karapitiya Teaching Hospital will be made Sri Lanka's third national hospital. The Anuradhapura Municipal Council declared the sacred area as a rabies-free zone. Saudi offers free Hajj pilgrimage for Sri Lankan Muslim Triforces personnel. The International Monetary Fund has expressed confidence about Sri Lanka's debt restructuring program. In foreign news, UN adds Israel to list of militaries committing violations against children. In sports news, West Indies Sri Lanka women's cricket matches to be played from the 15th of June. That ends tonight's news broadcast. The time is exactly 9 o'clock. This is Radio Sri Lanka. Tune in to Radio Sri Lanka on 97.4 and 97.6 and on our web portal www.slbc.lk.
And with the time reading precisely 9 p.m., Indrani and I are ready as ever to present to you the Family Choice this Saturday evening as well. So you can call us on our hotline 269-4316 for your requests and dedications starting now. Indrani?
Yes, we say a very, very good evening to every single one of you. Tuned in, Chandima.
Yes.
I was admiring the lovely top you're wearing today.
Oh, thank you
yes,
so
indeed.
much.
It's very nice. All checked and ready to sit down behind the microphone and take over until 10 o'clock this evening. So very good evening to every single one of you. Chandin, the pleasure is always to be behind the microphone and to keep all of you happy and in a very, very good mood until 10 o'clock. And we hope that the entire weekend, what's left of it, now this is the end of the beginning of the weekend, so tomorrow morning will be the beginning of the end of the weekend, and of course you start on a brand new week thereafter, that is Monday. So, Chandima, to make you a little confused again, at the end of the beginning of the week.
The end of the beginning of the weekend, okay. I think I'm going to need a little time to comprehend.
All right, so anyway, a very good evening to all of you. Wishing you nothing but the very best indeed. Sit down, enjoy the music from Radio Sri Lanka.